Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Welcome to Peace and Happiness. Welcome to this week's Sadakaran program organized by the Quantum Meditation Society London. As always, we will be talking about something that is relevant to our lives, and we will participate in a group meditation together. Some of you may remember we have been talking about our mind's power to heal our bodies. Last week, we talked about the placebo effect and how, even if it's something that has been proven to have no effect on the body's physical processes, if we take it expecting that this is a drug that can heal us, it starts to have effects. And the opposite is also true if we take something that is harmless or neutral, but expect it, believe it to be something else, and expect it to have an harmful effect on us. Unfortunately, it does end up having an effect on us. That is because the mind, body, soul are all inextricably linked. And a vast number, researchers estimate about 75% of our physical diseases are, in fact, psychosomatic. What that means is, even though the manifestation of the disease is in the soma, in the body, the root often lies, the root cause or one of the causes is often something in your psyche, in your mind. It can be the stress you're experiencing, it can be trauma stored in your body, other negative emotions stored in your body. Something very interesting that I don't know if you know is that our body, even though it seems quite stable, right? From the outside, once you have stopped growing, you kind of look the same. Yes, you gain weight, lose weight, change your hairstyle. That's different. But it seems like it's one permanent thing, but it's not. It's not. The cells in your body, not just the cells, the atoms that make up the cells in your body are continuously changing. The body is like a flowing river where old atoms are going away and new atoms are coming to replace those atoms. In fact, there's been a test done in various places, including the Oak Ridge Laboratory in California, that found that 98% of the body's atoms get replaced within a year. So different things have different time frames. So your skin, it takes several weeks to get replaced. The stomach lining gets replaced pretty fast. Your bones maybe a little longer, your nerve cells even longer, but everything gets replaced. So the question then arises that if the matter, the physical matter in your body is being replaced, then why do the diseases persist? The reason is that the origin of the disease lie in your body's programming, and that programming can be changed. Even we think a lot about genes. Even genes, they are mostly possibilities. Like the genes, even if you have some genes say that is a risk factor for some disease, it's not, doesn't mean that you will absolutely get that disease if there are several factors if the gene that changes several steps, it goes through several steps of, I'm forgetting the word, through your lifestyle, then maybe you can get the disease. And the other important thing is genes can be turned on and off. So genes have other parts connected to the end of them, which work like switches. So now there's been last decade or so, more than that, I would say last 2 decades, there have been a lot of research on what are the factors that can effectively switch the harmful genes off and the beneficial genes on. And this field is called the science of epigenetics, where the coding inside your genes are not changing, but that gene is in effect being turned off and turned on. And what scientists have found is that what researchers have found is that when you meditate, a host of very, very beneficial genes get turned on and harmful genes get turned off. So because diseases, even though they manifest in the body, have so much to do with our psyche, meditation, specific meditation, especially that are designed to work on this programming that is associated with your disease, work very, 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 very well, and have a very, very, very good results in terms of initiating healing in your body. And in Quantum Foundation, we have been doing this now for what would be like, it started in 93. So this like 30 plus decades, and we have thousands of stories of healing that came about as a result of these self-healing meditations. So what this meditation is about is, we were talking about how belief and getting rid of negative emotions and initiating the relaxation response help our body. And when we are taking a placebo, we are taking something from the outside, but that's actually not what's bringing about the healing, right? What's healing is your mind's expectations. So what we work on is creating that expectation, that belief in your subconscious mind through meditation, autosuggestion, and visualization. So for that purpose, we will do the special self-healing meditation today. And those of you who have been participating in our other meditations, today, when we do the self-healing meditation, you will, in your mind, create a special healing center in your quantum home. So you know that we do our breathing and our counting down, and we get to our quantum home, right? And usually all the meditations we have been doing, we have been in what we call the darbar, which is a very expansive room. So this time you will add a room that is on the right side of your darbar. It's on the right side of your darbar, and it is a super expansive room, and you can put anything that can make you feel that your chances of getting better have increased because of that. Make you feel like you have now more chances of getting better. So any doctors, you may be a personality, it may be someone you imagine. If you're somebody who's into doctors and surgery, fine, like set the most intricate surgical equipments that you can imagine that really, really gets your trust, that brings your trust out. If you're not into that, you like peaceful places, you like you can put something serene, spa-like. You can put, like, if you're into herbs and supplements, put those. If you're into laser therapy, you can have laser there. You can have sauna. Anything that you have read about, you're interested in, you believe in, you can put it there. What a few things you absolutely must have is one, a place like a chair or a reclining chair where you can sit with a screen in front, because that is what you're going to use to diagnose the various things that are going on in your body. So a chair or a reclining chair or a bed and a screen in front. And then the other thing you actually must have is like a tub or a pool or a jacuzzi-like thing. Because a lot of our healings we do while we're in the tub, because that sensation of the water flowing over us makes us feel relaxed. So when after we get to the darbar, you will hear our guru's voice say 3210. So 3210 is the code for going into your healing center. So once he is counted 3210, after 0, you will find yourself in your healing center. Make it the most healing space you can imagine. And don't worry, don't be a perfectionist. You can always improve it. But just do what feels best today. And once we get there, he will ask you to get in the tub and visualize the various parts of your body. So before you do that, you just imagine that you are like in this beautiful, calming, healing space, and then get into the tub. Now, what he will do is like he'll go through a list of your body parts. So he will talk about various parts of the body, but also various organs, your brain, your heart, your lungs, your stomach, and your limbs. He will go from up to down, and he will ask you to see if you can feel that there is in any part there is anything that you feel is is slightly diseased, is not functioning at 100%. The trick to this is always trusting. What will be like if you become a perfectionist, if you are thinking of, oh, I need to be good at this, I need to be right, then the process that will hamper the process. What hampers the process is your conscious mind, your analytical mind. This is a very good tool, but as we discussed before, this is not everything, you know. So when you're meditating, the more you can surrender yourself to the process, more you can surrender to what's being said and what's coming out from within you, the feelings that is coming, the smoother, more effective the process will be. Okay. So whatever you can feel is fine. Whatever you feel is right. Your body doesn't, it usually doesn't lie. And what's coming up is right for right now, right for today. Okay. So, and don't worry if you can't, because we're using the word visualize, don't worry if you can't actually see everything. Some people are more oriented towards actually envisioning other people. They get a feeling, other people just listen, and it still has an effect. So if any of the senses are involved, it's in our structure, in our way of thinking, you are visualizing. Okay. So he will take you through your body, and then he will ask you to visualize your healing. So just imagine, or tell yourself, or if you can see it, imagine that you are your body, your energy levels, if any part is giving you any problem, that everything's fine. Like, don't remind yourself of the problem. Focus on what you want. And the reason we do visualizing is because our subconscious mind responds very well to images. So that's why doctors have been doing image therapy and things like that. And effectively, because our subconscious mind, if you can give it an image that it interprets a certain way, if it interprets as a symbol of healing, it will take it and it will just act accordingly. It's very, 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 very powerful. And again, there is no right or wrong symbol, right or wrong image. You may not know the organ, you may not know exactly what needs to happen in your body for the healing, but as long as you visualize something that is giving the message that, oh, I'm better, that your mind can do the rest. And in the future, when we have time, we can learn a little bit more of our body where we can actually visualize specific things. But if you don't, it's just better to say if you have pain. So in your knee, for example. So if pain in your knee, just imagine that putting like the best grease there, and like your knee is not rickety anymore and just smooth, and it feels great and it's super flexible and strong. Enough. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't need to know all the details. You just need to convey the message to your mind that this is now working fine. So I hope that made sense. And then after that, we will count back after you've completed your healing in your healing center. We will count back. So the entry code was 3210. The exit code would be 0123. So when he says 0123, you will be in your Dharvar again, and then you will hear his voice counting up from 0 to 7, and you will be back in your normal conscious state. So this thing has helped thousands, maybe, I don't know, tens of thousands of people. I think certainly tens of thousands of people in the last 3 decades. When I was living in Bangladesh, I was able to attend the courses. At the end of every course, we have a session where the participants talk about the transformations they went through, and we have in every group we have a few people who have experienced pretty dramatic healing in the course of 4 days. Most often it would be pain. So people would come with excruciating pain. People would come not being able to walk. People would come not being able to talk sometimes. And then yes, actually, I think I can say with gratitude to Allah, the Almighty, the universe, that as far as I know, like they go away without the pain. I was just looking at some videos today of our participants just to inspire myself, and I heard this story about this man who used to have migraine, and he was saying that when the migraine attacks happen, it was so bad that I would literally bang my head on the floor, like just to, it made me, it felt as if I feel a little relief if I just bang my head on the floor. You see, like when I got married, when my wife first saw me having one of these attacks, she started crying because it was so intense. And then that migraine's just gone. It literally just goes away. We teach, like, you just, when the pain's coming, you just tell your mind that I'm feeling uncomfortable, but I don't want an attack. My head and my brain will feel wonderful and pain-free, something to that effect, and it works. Now, another woman, she came, she hates is some kind of spondylitis, and she'd been like going to doctor for 8 years. Doctor said you can sit too long, you can lie too long, you can stand too long. She's like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to hang myself from a hanger? She literally said that, she said I had to leave my job, and some person came and told me that, do this thing, and I was like, what? Doctors couldn't do this for 8 years. How can this help? But her pain went. Another lady, she said, like, on the right side of my head, face, I had so much excruciating pain that it felt like somebody was like cutting off, and I couldn't eat, I couldn't speak. This is like the first time I am actually, like, in several years, that I'm actually speaking normally. So a lot of these people, they come and do this as their last resort. They obviously, we try all the conventional things, and the conventional things may not know how to deal with, as we say, it's like, or may not be the best at dealing with psychosomatic things, even though it's increasing, it's catching up. Like, medical science is definitely evolving. There are a lot of doctors these days who like going to the root cause, who incorporate the psychological aspect, incorporate stress relief in their healing, in their treatment, which is wonderful, which is what we want. Uh, but nevertheless, there might be gaps that are filled with this. So insomnia, aches and pains. Sometimes, like, a lot of people came with skin disease, psoriasis, asthma. I was listening to a lady, she was saying that, when you have asthma, and her became quite severe. She needed to take medicine, but also nebulizers, this, that. And she says, you can't do anything properly, and you can't breathe, you can't like take the steps, you can this. And it's even like, it's just hard for me to imagine, like, breathing is something that we take so much for granted. I can imagine, like, if you can't breathe properly, how that shakes the very foundation of your feeling of safety, or of your feeling of health, right? So again, she's saying, like, this is like the first time in a long time I'm sitting in an AC room and I'm breathing properly. Even things like cancer. There was this girl who had skin diseases and skin cancer. It is spreading. Very interesting story. So she came, and she said, like, I have skin cancer, and the doctor had said, don't get married. You have cancer, don't get married. So that was she was a young girl, and I don't know, like, I don't know if here, it would probably, there must be more, like, sort of ethical, we have ethical norms for doctors. I don't know if doctors would be allowed to say that or not. In any case, that one doctor had said something like that to her. So when she came, and he told the teacher, our teacher, our mentor, that, doctor said I can't get married. So he said, the doctor is the expert on the disease. He's not a marriage expert. So you don't have to take his counsel on whether to get married or not. You do the healing meditation, and you try to visualize that you're getting married. But the only thing is, which is true in any case, that you have to be very upfront and honest about your physical condition with anyone you meet. Of course, that goes without saying. So then, a few years later, she came and she said, like, there is this guy who's really interested in me. So then my mentor asked her, like, have you told her about your skin cancer? Yeah, she said, yeah, I've told him. He said, like, what would I have done if I'd already gotten married and then my wife got cancer? I would have left her. So, he's in love. So anything goes in love and war, so he's ready. So then they told their families and they got married. And in the meantime, her cancer had gotten arrested, meaning like it just didn't spread. After after a certain point, it just didn't spread. It just stayed there and nothing more happened. So it got arrested, and then like they got married, they had beautiful children, they lived normal lives. So anything can happen, but because now you realize how important the mind is, you really, really need to make sure that the mind is on board, your subconscious mind is on board with what you really want. Okay, so you have to align your subconscious beliefs, you have to align your subconscious state, you have to align your mental state with what you want. Okay, so you have to believe you can get healing. You have to feel like you're being healed. You have to feel the lightness that you feel if you're being healed, and then the body will get the message, and you will see that the body is changing to suit with your new mental state, your new beliefs. Okay, so I think I would keep it as that for now. Again, let me just quickly tell you what we're going to do. It's normal. You'll until you get your darbar, then there's 3, 2, 1, 0. When 3, 2, 1, 0 is counted, you see yourself go through a door to your healing center, which is another expansive room fitted with anything that gives you the feeling of well-being, of healing, that gives you that energy of healing. If it's like if it's very high-tech stuff that you want, you can get that. If it's very natural stuff that you want, organic stuff that you want, you can get that. You can get everything. Any person you feel is whose presence makes you feel better, you can visualize them there. And then you will get into your tub, and then you will go through your organs one by one. If you don't know what where an organ is, don't worry. The main thing is you visualize that you're healthy. If you don't have any particular diseases, see yourself looking the way you visualize yourself looking the way you want to look. Imagine your skin glowing. Imagine yourself with the weight the weight you want. Imagine your hair or nails or everything, looking healthy. Imagine yourself, visualize yourself like very energetic, like you can work for hours and hours without getting tired. And you will see that gradually, if you persist, that is how you start to feel in real life. Okay, and then we'll count 0, 1, 2, 3 to come back to the darbar, and then come back to our normal conscious state in the usual. Okay. All right, so that's what we wanted to share today about self-healing. We have lots of interesting things to talk about, what we'll gradually get into. But we'll start our meditation right now. As always, give me a few seconds and let me know in the chat if you have any problem listening to the meditation, hearing the meditation. Okay, thanks so much. Okay, so that was our meditation for today. I hope you enjoyed this meditation. We have another self-healing meditation part 2, which I actually personally like better, which we will do one day soon. This meditation, it literally can be a lifesaver. It has been a lifesaver. The thing is, when we are relatively healthy, we take our health for granted. But the moment we become seriously ill to an extent, it's really hampering the functioning of our day-to-day life. That becomes the most important thing. Nothing else seems to matter. And you just look at yourself as somebody who, at through the lenses of being a sick person, being a patient.
So for many people, maybe in the younger days, this doesn't matter, but if you can take steps from now, you can be healthy till the last days of your life, and that is truly a blessing to be able to live whatever time you have on this planet in this dimension with a healthy body so that you can use and enjoy this beautiful life you have till your last breath. So I hope we take this blessing called your body. That's our vehicle in this phase of our quantum journey. Uh, I hope we don't take it for granted. We hope we take good care of it. Um, and stay healthy to till our last breath, as I said. So that's it for today. I will let you go. If anyone, as always, has any questions, feel free to ask. Any reactions, anyone raising hands, or you can just unmute yourself and start talking. Okay, I think everything went well for all of you. I'll see you again next week. Again, share something that has been very helpful to me personally and been relevant to many people's lives. Until then, take care of yourself, stay connected to that part of you that is joyful, that is optimistic. Uh, Nurture your connection to that part of yourself and enjoy your week. I'll see you next Sunday, hopefully. Thank you.